Welcome, Black here from Cutlass Black Gaming, and this is a review for the Drake AS1 Cutlass Black. My reviews are meant to be packed with tons of info given at my normal no time wasting format. Now if you like what I do, then please do all of the things down below to help, and also consider joining our Discord for more hands-on help, or to join our brand new org, where we are hoping to build a like-minded community of profiteers who also enjoy doing some stuff together. Now with the intro out of the way, let's get to it. Now first here on the screen are the stats for the ship. The Cutlass Black is a very budget-friendly, easy upkeep ship that fills the need of both legitimate search and rescue for citizens and also those who decide to stay on the opposite side of the law, being a favorite amongst local militia or pirate orgs. Its weapon complement is a 4-gun hardpoint sporting size 3 slots, which give the Cutty Black some nice punch as a solo player. But where things can really shine is having another player with you up in the man turret, which can help take down enemies who are trying to eat away at your tail end, because the Cutty's weakness can be a slowness and maneuverability. There are 6 missile racks that each support 4 size 3 missiles, giving you a total of 12 missiles if you go size 3s, or you have the option to switch out those missile racks to have smaller missiles, in which case you can have a lot more missiles depending on how you configure these, so keeping enemies at a distance and firing missiles will be very viable. The ship dimensions are 37.5 meters in length, 26.5 meters in width, and 11.5 meters high, making this ship feel pretty spacious. Now as for the components, the ship has one size 2 shield, which was recently changed in the 3.17 patch cycle, and it's still unclear if this is a finalized shield form factor for the Cutty, as opinions are split at the moment on if it's keeping the Cutlass viable or not in combat. It also has 2 size 2 coolers, 1 size 2 power plant, and 1 size 2 quantum drive. The ship has 30 thrusters for thrust and maneuverability, and 2 size 2 hydrogen fuel tanks, and 1 size 2 quantum fuel tank. From my own use, I've noticed the ship eats fuel while out doing rock mining, so there is definitely not a lot of fuel economy going on with the Cutty. The quantum fuel isn't as much a problem, and you can make a couple of long trips without the need for fuel, but you will definitely not be using this ship as a long flight econo fuel ship by any means. Now as far as living accommodations, the Cutty Black pretty much falls down in this area, as the only convenience factor you have here is a bunk bed, but no sort of comfort features or a kitchen. There are some storage lockers for weapons, making this a ship you can use as a day runner for missions if you choose, but that's about all of the livability you will get from this ship. The pilot, co-pilot, and gunner seats do not even look that comfy, so again, this is not a ship for those looking for a relaxing ride, but for those who are on a mission, which is fine, as this ship is more about functionality and the mission instead of luxury or comfort. Now there is currently a 5 paint pack for the Cutlass series available on the store of the ships, offering up a variety of colors, from my personal favorite, the Coalfire paint job, which gives you a gray with dark red trim, to a Cypress, which is a military camo look, to the Hawthorne, Mistwalker, and Saurian paint scheme, all of which I don't see as much as I'd like to out in the verse. And there's a confirmation that the long delayed Skull and Crossbones paint scheme for those backers who pledged the Cutty years ago will finally be able to claim it as their own this year on the Talk Like a Pirate Day in September, and hopefully some of us who are new to the game will be able to get some sort of pirate paint job as well, but we'll see. The Cutlass Black has quite a few roles, such as bounty hunting, trading, cargo hauling, and rock mining. The Cutty does all of these things with mediocrity though. It does not specialize in just any one of these at the top of its class in those areas, but is able to handle them and give players the chance to do them all. So in other words, there are other ships that do everything the Cutlass Black does better, but you're paying more money or credits for those ships. Now currently the Cutlass Black is only missing one of its intended gameplay loop items, and that is a rear size 1 tractor beam to help load and offload cargo. Ship tractor beams are hopefully making their way into the verse by next spring, which is what the current roadmap has them as being worked on until, and with the cargo refactor coming in the next few months, the Cutty could see a real need for that tractor beam. We still have not seen much with ship tractor beams overall, so their effectiveness and ease of use versus hand tractor beams is still unknown, but so far it is the only gameplay feature missing from the Cutlass Black, other than the long-awaited gold standard pass, which hopefully brings a few more aesthetic changes to the ships soon. The Cutlass Black does not come with a great loadout by any means. You will need to definitely spend more in-game credits to upgrade the ship to be worth a dang. All of the guns are on gimbals to begin with, so you'll need to upgrade all of your guns. Even if you're a new flyer who is not really great at combat and wants to keep the gimbals, 2 of those gimbaled guns are ballistics, which use ammo that you would want to switch over to laser repeaters, so there's a cost right there. The man turret is good though, so there's some savings. The missiles will need more racks to switch sizes of missiles, plus you will need to purchase missiles because even if you do not switch out the racks and left them as they come, you'll need to switch the missile type over to the current best in slot missile type, which are the electromagnetics, as they are currently the best at not missing their targets. Then there's the ship components, which are the most expensive and where the bulk of your budget will be sunk. The shield's power plant and quantum drive will easily set you back 186,300 credits. Now if you feel the need to grab the 2 coolers, even though they're not doing anything at the moment for the ships until the ship component revamp makes them worthwhile, that will bring your new total to 302,500 credits just to get this ship up to snuff. Now if you want to know which components and weapons, I suggest per your playstyle and bounty tier, check out my Cutlass Black loadout, which will be linked at the end of this video. Now the first portion of this video has been mostly facts. Now we come to the part where it's more subjective, and although I try not to really push my opinion too much on others, I'm gonna give you my take coming from a reasonable place, trying to avoid hyping things just for the sake of hype. Now does the Cutty Black look great? Overall, inside and out, I would say that the Cutty is my kind of ship, but I don't find it gorgeous. When compared to smooth accents like Origin or the mechanical stainless riveted look of mixed ships, which to me have a very nice classic look and appeal to them even though they are not fancy ships, the Cutlass Black just looks like something you buy for functionality and not because you want to turn heads, which is probably for the best as you are most likely not trying to be noticed. The struts that are situated on the corners of the ships are not very conducive to adding to style points. The cockpit is very plain and retro, and not in a cool retro throwback sort of feel either, but as a cheap as nails aesthetic. I mean, the ship is constantly trashed by many players for its looks and dogged as looking like it's held together by duct tape, which is fine by me as I believe this ship serves a purpose, and one of those purposes is not that of beauty pageantry, but just giving the everyday citizen an option to do more with their time at an affordable price. And we all know affordable prices usually means it doesn't look great. Now, is the ship fun to fly and use? I enjoy using the ship for the functions I need to use it for. Multi-person combat is particularly fun to engage in, and even using it to tow a rock around is fun to me. However, when it comes to flying this thing, I do not enjoy that. It's not a ship you take out for joyrides. The handling is not as responsive as other ships in its class, and the nose always wants to pull down on you, which is just flat out annoying and not a joy to fly. Landing the ship isn't bad, but still, when visibility can be an issue or you're coming in hot, this ship is not the one you'll want to come in for a crash landing with, and I'm pretty sure Drake skirted some safety laws to get it out at the price point it's at, so do not expect to make some miraculous crash saves with this hulking ship. I've bounced in some ships and survived some hairy situations, but not usually with this thing. So for the price, whether you pay with real money or not, you get some enhanced gameplay for Star Citizen, some of which offers players their very first time at doing things like rock mining or multiplayer gameplay. So for the price, whether it be real money or in-game money, it is totally worth it in my opinion. If someone started out with the Titan and they asked me my opinion on how they should upgrade with real money, I often ask them if they can sink another $30 to $40 and if that's too much, and if not, go with the Cutty. It's a ship you will use in just after the beginner phase at some point, and it opens up so much, and for many, it is their first real feeling ship that's not something that feels like a small tin can, and gives you that feeling of being a real do-your-own thing in the verse type citizen. Alright, so that's going to do it for this ship review of the Drake Cutlass Black. Now, I might have come across with this video as not being enthused about the ship or not highly recommended it, and that's not my intent. It's a very exciting ship to work toward, and like I stated, it opened up so many more gameplay loops and really felt like the first big boy ship I owned personally. I saved up and bought my first Cutty endgame and was over the moon when I got mine. I did so many bounty hunting missions in it and rock mining that it really got me enjoying the verse a lot more than my Titan Walking Dead. Any ship that can open up new opportunities and cause less stale grinding, doing the same thing, can really make this game a lot better, and with early gameplay loops offering up more options than I had when I started playing Star Citizen a year and a half ago, the boring grind to get this ship is not so bad. Now let me know down below if this ship was a huge game changer for you, or if you went with something else like the Freelancer or the Nomad. Now remember to be kind to your fellow gamer, let your wife control the thermostat, and stay positive citizens.